Hello and welcome to Simple Life Philosophy. I'm your host, Ed Raby. This is the channel where you follow me on my journey as I try to find a simple philosophy of life that is both simple to understand and execute. And as I journey on this journey, I'm hoping to find a simple life that brings me productivity and peace. Today, before I begin that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, do the things that YouTubers are supposed to do when they're watching other people's stuff. I appreciate every effort to help me grow the channel. Today, I'm talking more about my personal journey, more of a vlog post. So if that's not your thing, that's fine. But there is some things about revolving around the channel at the end, but I'm probably going to incorporate them in my new introductory video. Like when you first, turn on the channel, there's usually a video up there playing. I'm going to do a new one of those, and I'm going to incorporate some of the things I'm going to talk about as far as rules and just moving forward and producing a better channel. Today I want to, excuse me, deep breath. Yesterday I took the day off, and I took it off because I had a lot to think about. I had a lot to process. While I was at work, I was just having so many hot thoughts. I work in a meat department, and I spent most of the day in the cooler freezing my ass off, basically putting away freight and moving stuff around and things like that. I could take the cold real well. That Scandinavian blood comes in handy every once in a while. It gives me I was alone most of the day, so it gives me a lot of time to think. And, as I just got to the end of the day, I said, I'd have too much to process. I have too much to think about. And so today I'm taking a deep breath, and I'm going to kind of try to lay out how I'm feeling and what I'm feeling and about certain issues and some things that happened on the channel and the future of the channel. Because I do want it to be a good channel. I'm not giving up, okay? But the first thing I want to talk about is how my autism journey, and how now that I'm firmly convinced, even without testing, that based on everything I've been reading, that I'm somewhere on that autistic scale. I know some people don't like the term high functioning, but I think I have high functioning autism. And that over the years, even though I didn't know what it was, I've developed different coping mechanisms. I've developed different things to get past it, to deal with it. But, I'm a champion at masking. I mean, if you meet me in public, you'll never know my true feelings, okay, until I get to trust you. And there's a pretty good chance I'm not going to trust you for quite a while. That's what makes a lot of my personal life, like dating and stuff like that, very difficult, because it's like, I kind of lost the trust of the one woman I did trust for a long time, and then kind of at the end, it's like, you're not listening, and can I trust you with this, and things like that. And so when I move into the future of having another relationship, I need a woman that I can trust, okay, and that's a big issue for me. And they have to understand where I'm coming from, that it may take me a while to trust them. So you have to work on building that relationship, and that's kind of where I'm headed. But the real issue for me in autism right now is, I'm very convinced that I'm on that scale somewhere, but I'm trying to figure out, and with the help of therapy, I've gotten pretty far on things. My last meeting with my therapist was a very good emotional breakthrough, and I trust her enough to express some of my emotions now, and it was kind of a breakthrough moment. But for me, the real issue is, as I go through the day, and I'm going to explain it in terms of like electricity and batteries. When I wake up in the morning, it's like I have a battery that's full of power, but I don't know what the power level is. And as I go through the day, I expend that battery's energy to the point where at some point during the day, usually after I get home, after I've done my YouTube video and I start to work on other things, somewhere along the line, I start to get so drained, I just basically said, no, I'm done. I can't do this. Okay, I can't do it anymore. I got to stop. And I got to rest and relax and just basically chill. And the real problem for me at this point is I know for a fact that social situations and dealing with people is one of the quickest drainers of my energy. And there's only been a few exceptions to that. Like, for instance, I like hanging out with my best friend, Jeff. He's one of the few people in my life that when I hang out with him, he doesn't drain me. Okay, in fact, he actually kind of recharges me. Okay, and we have a good time together. Um, an old love that I had did that for me. I won't talk about her too much because it's a real painful thing for me to talk about her. My first love, same thing. My ex, there was a time that she really built me up, and then when that stopped, I knew there was something wrong with the relationship. The relationship had to change, and she had gone from charging me up to draining me. Okay, and it feels kind of selfish at times, but it's like I can't have that. I can't have somebody that I'm already drained from living life, and then I get home and I'm even more drained by being around you. That's just not a good thing. Um, and I don't know what happened. Honestly, I got some ideas, but I don't. And so for me, I'm trying to figure out, is there ways to recharge my battery during the day and get things done? Now, I've talked about this before, like weightlifting. Right now, weightlifting does recharge me a bit. Okay, I get out of work, I hit the weight set, I push some iron around. I've been weightlifting since I was, I think, 24. I actually did a little weightlifting when I was in college and when I was playing football in high school. Um, but I never really got into it until after my dad's death. And then he had an old weight set that he was using because he was trying to get back in shape. The doctor said, well, he did a little bit, he did all the right things, but too late. And I didn't want to be that guy, so I'm trying to do the right things. And lifting, surprisingly, also gave me this euphoria that kind of recharges my batteries, gives me more energy. I know that sounds weird, but you do all this exercise and it actually helps you build your energy back. And I was just, I'm okay. That's helpful. And writing at times is very, like when I'm in a creative mood and I'm writing, bam, it's a recharge experience. It's not something that drags me down. YouTubing, doing this video is actually helping me recharge a little bit because I'm expressing myself, and I have to be expressing something, my true emotions, my true feelings, or my true passions, or it just doesn't recharge me. I'm experimenting with gardening, and I've had my first setback. I'll talk more about that later, but on the next issue of the Simple Gardening Noob. But it frustrated me for a minute because I really wanted to do this, and then it didn't work. And I'll talk more about that later. And the funny thing is, even though it was a setback, it didn't drain me as much as other setbacks might. Those are the things that kind of recharge me. When I've been in love with another woman, that has been like one of the biggest things that supercharges me and gets me going. Having that relationship just works, and that's kind of why I'm divorced, because it wasn't working anymore. And it's not something I demanded out of my partner. It was just because I was in love, it worked, and it was just like I'm not feeling it anymore, and I don't know why. So it's kind of, I get to this point where also, though, I recognize that there are certain situations that drain me very, very quickly. And I ran into a recent one on this channel in dealing with the comments. And I'm going to talk about comment rules in a minute, but it's stuff like getting involved in a fruitless discussion, people that waste my time, okay, social situations that don't seem to have a point, okay. When I'm at work, I enjoy helping customers find what they want, but customers that are pains in the asses drain me really quick, okay. And I think my nervous system, being wired differently as an autistic person, I have what's mental and what I think I can do, and my nervous system has its capacity. It's like a battery with a capacitor. It only can do it. Some things charge it up, some things take away. And the way by thinking of it that way, I'm like, okay, what situations do I need to avoid? What situations do I need to try to find and embrace? Okay, I would love to fall in love again, because then that's a major thing that really helps me be a really creative and really productive. And so, part of it, this has become a struggle with self-love, because for years, your denomination, your religion tells you you're a sinner and you're no good and you're a piece of shit. And trying to get over that, 40 years of that, has just been a deconversion issue in itself. So I don't touch religion anymore, because it's just a drainer. And recently on this channel, and this leads into the comment rule changes, and the comment rules actually, and I'm going to be doing a new video to introduce the channel, and probably another video for people that return. And both of those are going to have channel rules in them, because it's probably time for the channel rules. Because I've gotten to a point where I finally had my first commenter that wasted my time. I'm not going to give this person's name. I've already blocked their comments from appearing on the channel. The situation basically was, the person kind of accused me of something. I pointed out to them that's not what I was doing. We then went around and around in a circle, and I kept, obviously a theist, made a couple of claims like that he believes in an all-wise, knowing creator. I asked for evidence of that. He believes his religion and religious philosophy had value. I asked him for evidence for that. And he said he claimed he had a philosophy that was the answer to all ills, all social ills. I said, well, I would like to hear it. Would you please present your philosophy and give me evidence for it? After asking him that about 3 times and him never, what do you mean by evidence? It's like, and I began to get the feeling that I was dealing with a troll. And I was dealing with somebody that's just on my channel to get my goat, and, you don't know how to argue, or you're either you're very ignorant of a lot of things, this person, or this person was willfully being a dick, okay? Doesn't know the basic first rule of being a human being: don't be a dick. And so I debated with myself yesterday and today what to do about it. And so I've said, you know what, Ed, these kind of situations rob you of your joy of your channel. It's not the kind of community that you want to build. Okay, I want a community of people that when I ask them a question about something, they're very conscientious about answering, because they know that I've asked questions and I want to hear the answers. And this is why I'm not the rabid atheist anymore. Okay, I'm the artist formerly known as the rabid atheist. And the reason for that is very simple. Near the end of the rabid atheist, these kind of conversations were draining the hell out of me. Okay, and it's like, I am so tired of this debate. Okay, you're not getting me to move until you give me some empirical evidence of God's existence. Until then, sorry. As far as I'm concerned, all of it is make-believe. Okay, and until, I was a Christian for 40 years. I was a pastor for 20. I was an apologist online on forums and stuff. I debated theology. I ran a blog for years where I marked my theological journey, struggling with the theological problems of this God that we proclaimed. And I'm done with all that. I am about the future and moving to something brighter and better. Okay? And because of that, I've chosen Stoicism, because I think its basic goal of trying to bring about a happy life resonates with me so much. I'm going to do another video on the pragmatic nature of philosophy, but from a pragmatic standpoint, that just did me so much good to just start reading the Stoics, and I just felt good about them. I'm like, yeah, there's just a bunch of shit I can't do anything about, and I really shouldn't give my energy to it. And so this commenter was just annoying me, because you're going around in a circle. I'm asking for evidence. I'm asking for him to answer questions, him or her, I don't know, and not getting anywhere. And I'm just getting irritated. And so today, if you're watching this video today, on the day it's released, it's literally about an hour ago, I made the decision to hide the user from the channel. Basically block them. Their comments aren't going to appear. They can type all the comments they want, but they're just not going to appear. I refuse to deal with this person and see this person on my page again, knowing that they're just there to irritate me, they're just being jerks, they won't answer my questions. I don't want those kind of conversations on my channel. I just don't. Okay? So the rules are very simple. The rule I've always had is no ad hominem, no personal attacks on anybody. If you are a commenter and somebody personally attacks your comment and attacks you, you let me know. I'll probably know because I don't get too many comments right now. Anyway, I police all my comments right now, but there will come a time, it's usually about 200 subscribers and you start getting 15, 16 comments a day. It gets hard to police everything given the limited time. So I've always had that rule. Don't be a troll. Don't be a spammer. Okay? I delete those people. Today, if the host of this thing known as Simple Life Philosophy asks you a direct question, please give me a direct answer. Don't be evasive. Don't try to accuse me of something and then not answer the question. Okay? I'm not saying I'll do that every time, but this is kind of a guideline for me. If you're starting to irritate the crap out of me and rob me of my joy, of my pursuit, I'm done. Okay, I'm done with you. Okay, I may not block you like I've done with this person, but I'm not going to talk to you anymore, and I'm going to tell you that. I don't think we're getting anywhere. I'm done. Okay. My last channel, The Rabid Atheist, I blocked 8 people. I blocked 8, and by the way, they were all theists. Okay, I didn't block an atheist. And it wasn't because it was literally because the theists engaged in personal attacks. I had 2 trolls that were just there to troll everybody, making everybody, you're blah, 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 and whatever. And they would always make the mistake of engaging in a personal attack. And I'm like, one morning, next personal attack, blocked, done. I'm done with you. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm at the point in my life where I'm trying to move to a better future. And this channel is about me moving to a better future. So if somebody is really dragging me down that rabbit hole again, and I'm feeling lousy more and more every day, I'm done. Okay, I'm going to tell you either answer my questions or I'm done with the conversation. And I'm going to say bye. If you don't answer my question in the next post, bye. If you still continue to post, derogatory things and accusatory things, gone. I do not have time for this. I am 54 years old. I am trying to use the rest of whatever my life is to fall in love, live a simple life philosophy, and find a happy life. That is all I'm trying to do. And when people come along and want to make it about their business, their religion, their ideas, when you have your head up your ass, that's going to drain the hell out of me. Okay? All I'm asking for is when you put out your comments, engage with a little humility. Okay? I'm not saying don't passionately defend what you believe in. If you have substantive comments that you think will help the channel, encouragement for me, good criticism, if you have something maybe I haven't thought of, and you just present it. You don't have to be a dick about it. Okay? I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I can be a jerk at times. I'm sarcastic as hell if you meet me in person. So it's like, I understand what it means not to be perfect, but when you're wasting my time, this is the only life I believe I get. Please do not waste my time. Okay? Don't do it. Okay? And that's kind of the last rule. If I feel you're wasting my time and robbing me of me pursuing my simple life and pursuing something good for myself, come on, man. If you really feel you have a philosophy of life that answers all social ills and all ills of a person, present it, because I could use it. Okay? Because I'm still struggling with that. But if you're just going to be evasive, I'm done. Okay? I'm just done. Okay? So just be mindful. And then I want to talk lastly, very briefly, about the future of the channel. I am going to continue to do different things, trying to find that thing. One of the ideas I came up with, the real problem I have, after all I've just said, my problem is that my expertise is religion, philosophy, politics, and economics. Those are the things I know about, okay, that I have degrees in, Okay, I have a degree in Bible. I have a degree in ministry. That's a double major. I have a degree in theology. I have a degree in political science. Okay, and that one has minors in economics and international business. It was the closest thing I could get to a second major in international trade. And so I have a lot of knowledge. I've been a voracious reader most of my life. Lately, I struggle with it, and I don't know why. Reading used to give me a lot of peace, and now sometimes it drains me, and I don't understand why that is. So I'm still struggling with that one. But my point is this. I started this channel with a desire to reach my own personal goal is to be the philosopher who lives in the flippin' woods. Okay, I want to be that person in the game of life that loses the game of life, ends up in a cabin somewhere being a philosopher. I think that would be the best possible ending for me. Okay, where I'm just, expounding what I've learned and people learning from me. I think that's the coolest thing. I don't want to be the millionaire. I don't really give a shit. I don't want to win the lotto. I don't want any of that shit. Although winning the lotto would be helpful, I suppose. But I've learned the dangers of money many, many times. So that's what I want. And to that end, yeah, this channel is, I'm trying to make some money with it eventually. And yes, I want it to be entertaining. And yes, I want it to make you think. And I've had some great comments on the make you think part. I think some of you have figured that out, that I'm here to get you to think. But if you're going to debate with me, please be civil and don't be a jerk. I don't have time for it. Okay. The other thing, I'm just a guy on a journey. Okay, that's all I am. I do want to look at gardening still, even though I've had a failure. I'm still going to be reading Stoics. I'm still going to do the Nine Noble Virtues. I have other books on minimalism and essentialism, but I'm really struggling with reading right now. I don't know why. But I'm also looking, with all that expertise I have, I'm like, Ed, you really should talk about politics and economics and look at it from a Stoic point of view, because that's what Marcus Aurelius did. And I'm like, I don't know if I can, do that. These days, when you talk about politics, people try to cancel you, and I don't want to be canceled. Okay, I just want to do my journey. But I do have some opinions about people that cancel others, whether they're really just right or the woke crowd. But I think they're both enemies of free speech, and I'm a big proponent of free speech. You may not have to like what somebody says, but you should allow them to say it. Okay, you should defend their right to say it to the death. You may think it's offensive and repugnant, but you still should uphold their right to say it. And that's where I stand on it. That said, this is my channel. Don't waste my time. Okay, on my property. It's like if you came in, it's one thing to do things in the public square. It's another thing to come into my house and do it. Okay, same thing with my channel. It's one thing if you want to spout your nonsense to everybody under the sun, that's fine, but don't come to my channel and try to be a nuisance, because I'll just kick you out. Okay, the same as I would do in my apartment. So that's kind of where I'm standing. I'm still looking to improve the channel. I just want to let you know that I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm moving forward, doing the best I can, but now there's rules. Okay, and most of you have not violated the rules. You would know. I would say something if I felt you violated the rules, but I had enough of this particular person. They're gone. They're probably going to rant, rave, or do something else, and I don't really care. Okay, I'm trying to pursue my own peace and my own philosophy. If you think I'm wrong, you should come at it with grace. You should come at it with compassion and not trying to be a jerk, because otherwise you're just being a jerk. I don't have time for people who are just being dicks. I just don't. Okay, so there it is. I want to thank you for stopping by my little personal tool at the moment. Thank you for being you. This has been Simple Life Philosophy with your host, Ed Raby. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. Comment below. I still encourage comments. Just be civil and follow the rules. Thank you, all of you, for sticking around and listening to this one on my own personal journey as I take a deep breath, calm down, and try to move forward with that which will make my life better, not people that try to drag it down. Thank you once again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.